It's all possible. But let's start with the spirit of the horse. So what we did earlier here between Shelley and the other young girl, Jackie, was already exactly what we're going to be talking about. So Shelley knew that Buford would be better in the middle. I could feel that the two girls here, it didn't feel right to me. There was a little bit too much energy, and I was like, wow, we'll see how we can get them to slow down a little bit, because they were very like, But I was like, well, maybe through our collective presence they will change. But then when Shelley saw Buford, and she's like, I heard, she's like, I think he needs to be in the middle. Or no, next to, you said he needs to be next to Fanny. Yeah. And I was like, yes. And the moment that happened, over there still commotion, but it's one commotion versus before we had two commotions. Here, so you already followed the spirit of the horses. It's that simple in some situations where you just know, you know what, this feels better. Because I bet you couldn't say exactly why you did it. Can you?
No, but Jackie had mentioned though that Buford and Fanny really liked each other a lot.
Oh, all right. So
and that Rosie was not compatible. Rosie didn't really like anybody,
so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah.
So you took about
Who chose her?
Huh?
Rosie wants to know who chose her.
Well, but I think the key is also that you already took information that you know about the horse and used it for the advantage instead of like mindlessly sticking them in whatever. What's the difference? Are you getting cold in the back there? Do you want the doors shut because of the wind? All right.
Shut the doors.
Is what?
If you shut the door, you're going to lose the sun.
I know, that's why we left it there, but we'll just see. So, let's talk, and I hope you can see this. This is like as good as it got, but can you read this? No. I will read it to you anyway, and you all will get a handout at the end, so you will have the information there. So what this says basically, mindful connections is what I call my work, because everything, there's a mindful way of doing it, and then there's a mindless way of doing it, and obviously mindful brings us to connection. Bless you. So let's talk about spirit, defining spirit. So to me, to really simplify it, spirit is life force for me. I mean, and there are lots of beliefs, and that's not what we want to get into, and you can take any of this information and then adapt it to your own belief and your own way of looking at things. But to me, really, the idea of spirit is this life force. And then there is, if we consider that the truth, then there's a sick or broken spirit, which is a low or no life force. And we're talking horses, but funny enough, I showed this to someone recently. She's like, "That's the same for people," which it really is.
Yeah.
And then there's the healthy spirit, which has a long, strong life force. So now, that's the definition of what spirit is. Now, let's identify the spirit of the horse. And I'm going to just put this here, because I need my hands for this. So, the three key spirits that I see need to be, defined for us. There's no spirit, which to me that's a broken spirit. That's like the horse that everybody calls, oh my God, so proudly, he's dead broke. And I'm like, yeah, dead in the eye and broken in the spirit. What's good about that? But it is the horse that makes the person look very good, because it's the horse that stands with the head low, and it's just like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You go to any major exhibitions or anything where people show off their skills, it's usually a horse that is totally just like, aye, sir, whatever you say, I do. And to me, that's a horse that is being made a lot. There is no spirit left really in those horses. So the causes for that, and there are hundreds more, but we got to keep it simple. Overtraining that causes that. Mistreating through punishment, pain, malnourishment can cause that, because the horse that just gives up and has no spirit left, which I bet you see that here a lot, is also one that is a broken spirit, because there's no hope left. Abandonment. And abandonment is not just physical, it's even emotional abandonment is really for some horses. If I saw that at therapeutic riding centers, a horse comes from a single person connection, and the person says, I don't want you anymore. Go to a therapeutic riding center, you'll do good. And now the horse has nobody. It has hundreds of people, but it has nobody. That can break a horse's spirit. The signs are low headset, no healthy social interactions, dissociative behavior, glassy eyes, not responsive, not connected within their own bodies. And then the horse usually looks lethargic, sullen, or angry and aggressive. To me, horses, and so I should say up front, my subline, I have a tagline, thank you, is recovering and preserving the spirit of the horse. So to me, a horse like that was not preserved, because preserved means the horse's spirit is intact. It's like a young foal that just gets to grow up and be well. I mean, I don't know Fancy Dan, but I bet he has a pretty well spirit, healthy spirit. Gracie. So there are those horses, but if it wasn't preserved, if they were punished and made and mistreated in whatever way, to me, they need of spirit recovery, because nobody deserves to live with a broken spirit. That's just not right. So then comes the big category in the middle, and that's probably what most of us who have horses or interact with horses have found: blemished spirits. To me, that's a scared or a very spirited horse. Like people call in the Morgan and Saddlebred and National Show horse, my horse is so spirited. And what that really means is my horse gets chased with a stick, the eyes are rolling, the nostrils are high, and the horse is on adrenaline 24/7, and it is not healthy, because the horse should not be in constant fright and alertness. But if that happens for them in nature, it's a quick move. It's a quick fright and flight, and then they go back down. It's extremely unhealthy for a horse to be in this high alertness for prolonged times. So the blemished horse can be blemished because exposure to any type of force, treatment that has not in mind that the horse is a flight animal, training that makes the horse look spirited, and any type of making the horse something that the horse wasn't aware of he or she should be making or doing. So it's one thing to invite and ask the horse to come along, but it's another to just make him do it. So the signs are rolling eyes, last nostrils, jumpiness, and excessive sweating. And kicking stalls. So I think a big sign for... Oh, it was because of Willie. Yeah. So the way you can recognize it is if a horse is reactive versus responsive to stimuli. So a horse that is... like this constant, like always looking out for something or worried about somebody coming from somewhere, that's a clear sense of a horse that is not naturally in its environment and healthy and confident that it can take care of its environment. A horse that doesn't easily engage with body, mind, and spirit. And that's a horse that is usually called ADD. And how many people have horses? I've seen them all. Oh, he just can't pay attention. It's like, no, because he's always worried about something somewhere that he can't come back to a mindfulness. She hung up. So this is another horse that needs actually spirit recovery. However, the great thing is they usually come a little quicker out of recovery into being already more well and healthy. And the third category is a quick one. It's a healthy spirit. That's what I guess Gracie and Dan are. That's a horse with a strong life force that is well adjusted.
Willie's got that.
Willie
was well loved.
See, yeah. So that's a. So you can tell by bright-eyed, interested, and curious. I get a sense from her though. She is like.
She's just coming awake right now. She was a junior at UMass and she had no life in her life.
See, but she has already gone through recovery. So you can see, and you can see on this scale, bright-eyed, interested, and curious, which she is very much, likes to engage with other horses and humans. So that's the horse, that's, now we're looking at a horse that just now needs enhancement of her spirit. She's already well there. So horses like that, they learn easily and preferably when the nature is respected. So we can, of course, by now making her again, we can shoot her right back over here. But, considering that she should be kept healthy and well, she will be such a quick learner if we do what she needs.
Likes to do stuff, too. She tells you when she wants to do. She really loves doing everything. She loves going out. She loves being with the kids. And she tells me when she doesn't.
There you go. So,